7 years old. His name is Gao Gao. Having the pandas at the San Diego Zoo has given us the opportunity to learn an amazing amount of information about the pandas, their behavior, and how they communicate. It is important for the conservation of animals that people know what the animals need to survive.
Hi, Connor.
Yeah, over here. From the fence way outside.
Where'd you go, guys? There you are. There they are. Those are the macaques, Connor.
One, two, there's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 of them up there.
I know it.
See, there's 5 of them. Oh my gosh! Let's go up there and see them. There are people up there.
Where do you see?
Look at Tony. Joseph, look at those.
I don't know why he's not taking nothing. Is that what monkeys do? They're going to come down and entire forest.
Look like little, I don't know, hairs. Wow. Looks like those Japanese people with those coats around their heads. That'd be cool if I had that monkey right there.
Yeah, it'd be cool on that.
He'd be jumping all around my house.
Hey, guys.
Probably what he was that monkey up there was probably thinking, you're on Spy TV, huh? They only got 4 fingers. Hey, what? What's that?
Hi. Hello there. Look over here.
No.
Hi, bud.
Hey, what is that?
Aren't you cute? Hi.
Oh, that feels better. I didn't know they could scratch around and stuff like that. I thought they all
That looks like an uncomfortable way to sit, perched like that. Hi there.
Hey.
Hi,
Ouch.
guys. Aren't you cute?
Is this a new one? Is this a new
Hi.
one? Well, let's go to the next bit. done? Let's go to the next fair. All right. Looks like
Before.
Alaska brown bear.
Barely.
Oh, come.
So there's other people.
A tree kangaroo. Why? This one's taking a nap. They live in trees.
After we get to it. After we got it hilarious, so I had to put this over it so the kangaroo talks a lot more. Cat, baby. 1, 2, 3. Back.
Hey, turn around and look over here. Hello. Oh, this is great.
Oh, isn't he wonderful? Look at his face.
It's not anymore. Look at him. It's like 20 hours away.
Hi. Oh, look at him. Hi there.
Yeah, really moving around.
Say hello, bear. It's got an itch. I'm gonna take the picture.
There we go. Over there too, up at the top. Oh yeah.
I love him.
Was that it?
Got its head.
Oh, elephant. Get that one in my...
No. Look at him in his cage. Look on the other side, see if we can see more.
I'd like to welcome you here to the Honey Amphitheater of Animal Behavior. Now, having a warm welcome for your host, Apple Trainer, Ms. Maureen Garay.
Well, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you here to the Hunt Amphitheater of Animal Behavior and to our Wildlife Show. Today you're going to be meeting my fellow trainers. This is Lorena Wall and Mark Freeland.
Well, we're hoping you can join us here this afternoon as we take a peek into the habits and habitats of some of the world's most exotic animals. Here we go. Okay, good. Hopefully that's not me making all that noise. We're going to take a look at some of the animals that surround our world. We're going to start off our journey this afternoon right here in North America on ground level, but not necessarily dry land. Now we're going to introduce you to an animal that's known for sliding through its life in search of a good time. This animal sometimes is known as nature's water clown. Do you have any idea what's coming out?
Otter.
An otter, exactly. We have a North American river otter we're going to introduce you to. She's making her way on stage right now. This is the one and only Cayenne, our North American river otter.
Thanks, Mark. Will you give her a warm welcome, you guys? We must have some otter fans out there. Yeah. And she's awfully darn cute. Can you come out of here and pay attention? Yeah. Now, because she's off leash, it's very likely that she could just take off as she has to know what to do. But hopefully she'll pay close attention to me and keep her little eyes on me. That's very good. Isn't that cute when they stand up like that? You know, that's actually a natural behavior. Can you do that again? It's called periscoping. Yeah, it gives them a good view around them. Yeah, thank you. Now, her name is Cayenne, and she's just a little girl. She's about 4 years old. All the way here? No? Where are you headed? Uh-oh. Remember that thing about running away? Cayenne! Come here, princess. Hi, what are you doing? Hi, did you get on the mark? Atta girl, stand up one more time and give us a little wave. That's a good girl. Now, sometimes she takes off in the boat. She just pretty much goes on autopilot. And they can hold their breath underneath the water for like 4 minutes, so it can make for a very boring show. But then again, she can also just jump right out of that boat and head off into the audience, which makes for a very exciting show. Now, they're in the mustelid family, which means they're related to skunks, weasels, wolverines, and ferrets. Do you want to know the main difference between an otter and his cousins? I'll show you. Otters can do this in the water. Weasels drown. Yeah. Sorry, that is the main difference. These guys are really at home in the water. And as you can see, she's a great little swimmer. They can get going at speeds of up to about 7 miles an hour. They can hold their breath, as I said, for about 4 minutes without coming up for air. And a little otter trivia, they don't know how to swim at birth. Their mom and dad have to actually teach them how to swim. Now, we have real strict training parameters because she is worked off leash. And they're very intelligent little creatures. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You come back tomorrow, she'll have me in the water throwing me french fries. Now, one thing that I am asking her to do, and right now she is doing just like she's otter, is stay in the water till I call her out. Good girl. Now, she looks really wet right now, right? Yeah? Underneath, she's completely dry. Their undercoat is so dense, they can virtually spend all day in the water and not even get wet. There was once a Canadian scientist that counted over 40,000 hairs per square inch on a river otter. I don't know about you, but I think he had too much time on his hands. I'm going to show you how she might clean off her coat here at the zoo. In the wild, they'll find a big pile of leaves or grass and they'll kind of roll around in it. Over here, we use shavings. Cayenne, where you headed? Come down here, sweetie. Atta girl. Can you show us how to dry off? Good girl. Get in there. Come on, get in there. Roll. Do the loud roll. Oh, she's just so enthusiastic. Oh, look at that belly. She's got her own little barker lounger. Keep going. Look at that. She's almost dry. It's just amazing. A couple more minutes of that behavior, she would be completely dry. Yeah, you can give her a hand for that. What a good girl. Now, they are very efficient predators, so it gives them a lot of time to kill, so to speak. And they have a lot of time to play around. One thing they like to do in the wild is go from A to B on their bellies. It's called tobogganing, and they'll slide down hills of ice, mud, or snow, sometimes hitting speeds of up to 25 miles an hour. Well, here we use plastic tubing, and she's going to show you what it looks like here at the zoo. However, I have to preface this with she's not that great at it. She kind of crawls down more like an alligator than an otter. So when she does it, you let her know she did a good job. Are you ready? All the way over? And down? Woohoo! Good girl! She hasn't figured out how to slide down yet. But you know what? Being a smart little otter, we have taught her to go up the slide too. Can you go up? Good girl, back down. Nicely done. You know what? It took her 3 training sessions to learn how to go back up the slide. That's a pretty smart little critter, I'd say. And if I want to be a smart critter, I'll just end this session while I've got her attention, just like I do. And I think she's done a fine job, so that's going to do it for Cayenne, our river otter. Well, we're going to leave North America, and we're going to move over to Southeast Asia. We're going to leave the forest floor and move right up into the limitless sky. Now, our next animal guest is a bird that is going to do a flying and a catching behavior for us. He's pretty famous. His name is Zazu. Does he sound familiar? Yeah, from the Lion thinking, right? That was a bird that lived on the ground. It's called the hornbill. You're going to get to meet one that lives up in the trees. Now, our zazu comes from Southeast Asia, places like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, the Malay Peninsula, and Thailand. The zazu that you knew only lived in Africa. There are 54 different species of hornbills, and we're going to get to meet one of them right now. So focus your attention to the right side of the stadium, and won't you please welcome out our zazu? Give him a nice warm welcome. Very nicely done. Zazu's going to make his way through the stadium so you can get a really good bird's eye view of him. He wears makeup, believe it or not, and it's applied on a daily basis with Lorena and her finely cut, trimmed paintbrush. Believe it or not, she dipped it in blue Maybelline. What do you guys think, huh? No, I'm joking. It's actually, he was hatched with that on his face. But the yellow he does attach every day. Now he's got a preen oil gland that's located just above the rear tail feathers. And I think Lorena's going to show us where that preen oil gland is. It's right there. It's like wearing a magic marker on your body because it secretes an endless amount of color. It's got oil to it so it keeps him water repellent. And the color adds some beauty to him. In fact, his cheek feathers, when he was hatched, were completely white. Now they're yellow. He stains them every day. And his bill was the same color as our fingernails. But through repetition and through application, he's able to get it nice and bright. Now, what bird does he remind you of? Yeah, the toucan. Well, that bird's bill, when he comes out of the egg, is already colored. This bird has to apply it to himself. Now, there's a really good reason for that. When they find a mate, they'll pair bond for life. So it's important that he's able to attract one. Zazu is just about 4 years old, and he is going through a molting behavior, which means he's losing his feathers and he's in the process of growing new ones. So his flying techniques are a little off right now because his body temperature is a little high while he's busy making his new feathers. So we're going to turn the fans off just for a moment until he flies down to the stage, and then I promise we'll turn them back on because I'm sure it's real hot where you're sitting. It's very hot on the stage as well. So let's see what we can get out of our little feathered friend today. Come on. Okay, we're ready. Zazu! Oh, he crashed and burned. Good boy. No lift. Is he got, oh, good, turn the fans on right back for you. Okay, the second behavior that you're going to see is sort of a flirting behavior that Lorraine is going to do. I mentioned that they'll pair bond for life, but before they make their choice, they'll exchange food back and forth. And this is really important because they have to build trust. So let's see how much trust we can get going here. Whoa, pretty good. 2, 3, missed it. 4, 5, whoa, 6, oh, I think she only got 3. So the good news is Lorena will not be breeding with Zazu today. I bet she's quite relieved about that, because if it were to actually happen, he would seal her in a hollow tree for 60 days. She's stuck in the studio apartment. She lays the eggs and incubates them. He then has to go collect food. Wrinkled hornbills have been recorded to make as many as 150 trips a day, making sure their chicks and their mate is well fed. So the moral of the story is when you're looking for a mate, make sure he's a good catch. That's going to wrap it up for Zazu, our wrinkled hornbill. Well, we're going to leave where Zazu comes from. We're going to move over to actually the same part of the rainforest in the same part of the world. You're going to get to meet a mammal that will cohabitate in that very same eco-niche. This animal is called the binturong. Are you familiar with that species of animal? No. Well, it's your lucky day because you get to meet another very wonderful animal here at Hunt Amphitheater. Won't you please welcome out Now, our binturong.
Thank you very much, Maureen. Thank you, folks. And here she comes. Oh, yes, she's Shimao. Her name's Shimao. She's a very interesting, unique-looking animal. If you've never seen a binturong before, we're going to go ahead and come down out of the limitless sky, back down to the treetops. So we're going to ask Shimao to come over to our simulated rainforest area here. We're going to ask her to walk across our simulated branches. She'll be holding onto the branches with her very broad, soft, padded feet. Now, as she goes across our branches, I'd like you to notice how she's going to utilize her tail. So check out the tail action. Okay, miss, if you're ready all the way across. We're watching that tail. As we go across, we're not sniffing, we're walking. That's a girl. Very nice. Check out that tail. Continue on, please. Good girl. Nicely done, Shimao. Did you see how she... Oh, you can applaud for her. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. Did you see how she used her tail? You did? Well, she didn't use it at all. Binturongs possess a prehensile tail. They use their tails as an extra paw or a grip. She wouldn't hold her complete body weight from her tail, but she could use it to give herself a little extra support if she felt the need to do so. The reason we point that out, the next animal we're going to introduce you to possesses a long tail, will live in the rainforests in Central and South America, but will utilize that tail in a totally different fashion. So when that animal comes out here, see if you can't guess how he might use that very special body part. Binorongs have several interesting nicknames. They're sometimes known as banana bears. They're also known as bear cats. Take a look at Sorrells' face. We have probably seen several cat-like features. Let's see if she'll show us where the bear part, a bear cat, comes into play. Now, this is thank you. This is the only behavior we're going to ask you about to do. Okay, you ready? Show that little black bear. Thank you very much. Well, the stand-up behavior does serve several important functions. It allows the binorong to extend their range of food collection. Also, if they happen to feel threatened by a predator, they can stand on the hind legs, puff their fur out like your house cat at home has the ability to do some cat-like vocalizations, and that would possibly scare a predator away. It can be a very efficient means of defense. One more quick little fact about binorongs. Shame out. We're going this way. Shame out. We're sniffing again. That'll go. One more quick little fact about binorongs as we make our way off stage here. If you get close to their coat, you smell them. They smell like freshly popped popcorn. Yes, sir. Not quite sure why they have that particular scent, but that's what they smell like. And that's going to wrap it up for our little banana bear. Hey, now. Thank you. Well, as I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and leave Southeast Asia and come back here to the Americas, North, South, and Central America. This is an animal that we're going to ask your help with. We're going to walk this animal along the front handrail. So we're going to ask you to please remain in your seats. Don't try and reach out and try and pet or touch this animal. We like to call this animal our mystery guest. Focus your attention to the side door. I'd like to introduce to you, who is it today?
Tikal.
It's Tikal, our mystery guest.
Thanks, Mark. You give us our welcome, you guys. He's a mystery animal, but we like to fun. Does anybody know what Tikal is, besides Sorrells down in Guatemala? You can shout it out. Very good. I heard somebody way up there say that. It's a Quota Monday, or today it's a Quota Thursday. Sorry. It changes daily. Anyway, they are related to raccoons. They have quite a snout on them, so you can bet they've got a great sense of smell. As a matter of fact, that nose kind of reminds me of my old boyfriend's new girlfriend. Now that I think about it. Not that I'm bitter, of course. But anyway, what we're going to do is put him through a nasal agility test, and we have a volunteer that Chantel has picked out to help us with this little endeavor. Who shall it be? Who'd you pick out? I don't know who she picked out, but... Oh, you disappeared when you're supposed to be in the show. Now take your time coming down. We don't want you tripping on those stairs. Here he comes. Okay. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about their smelling. They get very territorial and they smell new smells. And they have a really interesting way of taking over that territory once they smell foreign creatures that has invaded it. And they'll actually put their tail over it and they'll start scratching it really hard. And they'll activate scent glands in their tails to put their smell over the smell of the invading creature. So it's kind of interesting to watch. There's kind of a moral to that story. You never want to wear perfume in a rainforest because you might end up with quadrumonies doing it on your head. Now, who's our volunteer? What's your name? Hi, David. I'm Lorena. This is Tikal. David, what we want you to do is put your hand out flat, and we're going to give you some of his food. You got it, David? Okay, now don't eat it or anything. It's kind of gross, huh? It's a mushy piece of cat food. Now, what I want you to do, David, is see that blue line? Can you step on it for me with both feet for me? Put your feet together. Good boy. Now, back up about a foot. A little further. A little further. That's good. Good job. Now, jump onto the line. Good boy. See how easy training is? Well, not always. It can be easier and difficult with different animals. David, can you back up a little on the line? Good boy. Did you notice the reinforcement there? It's very important in training. David, you ready? Okay, I want you to take that meatball over to that tree stump and you gotta hide it. Hide it really good because Tikal's gonna have to find it, okay? We're gonna kind of do it like a little, we'll do a little race, see how long it takes him. Find a good place too and smash it into the wood so it doesn't fall into the bushes. Otherwise, I might just have a runaway coati. And you never know what they're going to find out of those bushes. One time they came up with a big jawbreaker, and one time with a box of raisins. Okay, come on over here now. Don't get too close to him, though, because he'll rip your face off. Okay, you ready, David? Let's see how long it takes. Ready? Find the food ticket. He's off and running, got that little sniffer working, nose is on overdrive. The tip of the nose is kind of interesting too, the way it moves around. They can move it up, down, sideways, around corners, and bingo! He probably could have seen it before he smelled it. You give him a better hand than that, you guys. You did find it right away. Good boy, Kiki. You know what, David, for helping us out, I have a treat for you. It's right here. It's a piece of carrot. It's cooked. I'm just kidding. Were you really going to eat this? I didn't think so. It's kind of gacky. David, we actually have a good treat for you. Chantel's got it. It's a coupon for a free soda right down the street. That's a good reinforcing little thing, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks, David. You can go ahead back up. That ought to save you around 25 bucks. Okay, T-Call. I'm going to give him some treats now. I've been saving his favorite for last, for the best reinforcement. You know what he loves, you guys? Reese's Pieces. Oh, no, much better. Big, fat, juicy cockroaches. Want one? No, I'm just kidding. You know what they really are? They're crickets. Listen to me. Did you hear? We should all savor our crickets like that. And I know some people get grossed out, but they're like bonbons for Kawada Mondays. And you know what? This isn't Disneyland. We don't really care about crickets here at the zoo. Bye, Jimmy. Just kidding. Thank you. Anyway, he's done a real good job. So we'll say goodbye to T-Collar and then Kawada.
Now, we're going to leave the treetops and head all the way up to the limitless sky once again. We're going to introduce you to a very common bird of prey found right here in Southern California. Her name is Desiree. She's a red-tailed hawk. She's located in a remote lease cage at the very top of the stadium. Now, we're going to ask Desiree to perform a high-speed dive or a modified hunt. As Desiree performs this behavior, we will ask everyone to please remain seated, especially in the center section. Occasionally, Desiree will fly rather low over the center section. And we're just about situated. All right, looks like we're all set. Focus your attention to the top of the stadium. This is Desiree, our red-tailed hawk. Good job, Desiree. Very nice. Thank you. Now, oftentimes people wonder, could Desiree actually see food on the glove from all the way up top there? Well, we have a little example that shows you just how keen a red-tailed hawk's eyesight is. Attached to a tree over here on the hillside, surrounded by a fluorescent orange border, we have the front page of our local newspaper. If you had the vision of a red-tailed hawk and you could read English, you'd be able to read that newspaper line for line from where you're seated right now. That's how keen your eyesight would be. On the hillside, towards the top of the tree. Some of you still looking for the tree. Well, we figure Desiree is about 17 years old, and hopefully we'll have her soaring over your head for many more years to come. That's Desiree, our red-tailed hawk. Well, Desiree has concluded our show for this afternoon, but before you leave, there is one final thought we'd like you folks to take away with you. The biggest threat to animals in the wild is mankind, due to habitat destruction and pollution. There are a couple things that we can do to help out. Pre-cycle and recycle. For every pre-cycle product that we purchase, and for every product that we choose to recycle, we help save some of the habitat of some of the animals that you've met here in our show.
Oh, he's holding his head out. Looks like he's hurt. Oh. Steven.
Get in there.
Look at the little baby. Little baby's fighting it.
Oh, it looks like he has a headache. His head hurts.
Oh, yeah.
We're taping that little baby one.
Yeah, there we go. Don't get in the way, Connor. Yes, little baby one. His head still hurts. Mom, I got a headache. This is Rebecca with the headache today.
Is Becky a monkey? Look at
Oh, yeah.
Sabi ko yung masigit on the mama's
Here's the little one again.
What's that little baby hauling?
Stick or something.
What's in here? This is my part.
Look at right there.
Where's Nanny?
Look, look, look.
Where's Nanny?
She jumped over us.
Where's Nanny? We've been fun already. To act like
Aww.
boy boy.
Mira, look at he's laying down. Mira, look, wait. Mira cómo está acostado. Oh my God. He's tired.
Go, guys.
He's fine alone. Okay?
Go right there. Hi, Becky.
You want me to go get a picture of him?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, dance. Oh, hang on. We gotta wait for this music.
You see the lion?
What? Oh. There you go. Dance. to go.
You're very beautiful. That's normal.
I don't know which way is it coming from, the other way? I don't know. Put your hand back up there again, let me see. Yeah, that helps, of course. Oh, he's...
Can I take a picture of it? Mom, can I take a picture of it?
If you can. Brady, stay over here. Let me hold you up so we can
I can't see it.
He's up at the tree.
Oh, he's right here, Boo. Come here.
Got a written picture.
Come here, buddy. Back here.
Over here, honey. Yeah. He's right, he's right there. Here and look at me so I can turn this off.
This one
Yes, he is. Them ones up there, they're not eating any lunch. See them up there? Yeah, they're not eating lunch.
Red-faced lovebirds is what they're called. He's not going to hurt you. He just wants you to pet him easy.
What you doing, eh?
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, God.
That was fairly smooth, wasn't it?
Look at a hedgehog. Looks like a Rottweiler. Dog box. Hey, give him a 5.
No.
How long
there's
is
the
it?
city, isn't it? That's a good view.
That guy can't find us now, can he?
Yeah, he may be on top trying to get in. Well, there's not much that holds that on there, is there?
Oh, you're scared. Don't do that.
We're gonna fall. Let's see if you can see the grill. Look, the chipmunk. Now the chimps. How long does this ride take? Not very long, because
No.
Oh, a lot quicker than walking.
are we landing in that room? That was kind of... You can still see the building back here. Now where are we going?
It's pretty down there.
Mm-hmm. See, we're getting lower.
Yeah.
Hello! Hello down there! Hi!
Hi, I'm Connor. Hi. What's up?
What's up? Hi, people down there!
Keep your arms in, I'll cut them off. Oh, so close.
Hi, people!
Knock it off, fine.
We don't even want to talk about it. Let me take the old man again.
That's going to be neat, Connor, because that's the one you had your picture taken with. Look here, guys. Gotcha. Thank you.
Isn't it beautiful? Nice shorts, Connor. Woo!
You say when they get wet, they do that? Mr. Bird.
Look at these birds. He doesn't know. Oh, if I want to. Bird. Hi, Steve.
Sorry, can't take home. Can't take me. Can't take me.
couples taking their baby to the beach before storm.
Attention on the beach before walking in the water. Lifeguards are looking for Adam Schmidt. Adam Schmidt from Brawley. If you're here, then please come to the nearest lifeguard. Adam Schmidt, please come to the nearest lifeguard.
Go down there, Becky. Looks like this being next to. No. You go down there. Only two. Oh my.
Oh, that's a little big.
You got you got a glider coming in.
Oh, that plane's gonna land.
Yep. See the plane landing, Gay? He comes in.
Look how big this rock is. Look, exactly that.
These guys move pretty quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And that's one you seen take off too, wasn't it?
Dad, look.
Soft as butter. That just amazes me.
Dad, see that rock buried right there?
Yeah.
Made it rock solid. Sand's rock solid.
This is the view from the cliffs at La Jolla. Where we watched some hang glide. I'm taking off now. There he goes. Wow. How cool is that? Flying out over the ocean.